Do you already have solar panels on your roof, or are you thinking about installing them? If so, you'll probably also want to use your own solar power to charge your electric car as cheaply as possible. The big question is, which wallbox should you choose? Spoiler alert, not every wallbox is suitable for solar surplus charging. In this video, I'll show you exactly what you need to look out for, which types of wallboxes work well and which don't, and also which features really make a difference if you want to get the most out of your own solar energy. Hello and welcome to the GoE YouTube channel. I'm Amy, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos about smart charging solutions for your electric car. Let's have a quick look at what this video is all about. When your solar system is generating electricity, you'll often find it is producing more energy than your household uses. This surplus energy is usually automatically fed into the public grid. Now, you do get paid for that, but in most European countries, including the UK, Scandinavia, and Germany, the tariff you receive when you export solar electricity is usually significantly lower than the retail price you pay when you draw electricity from the grid. So basically, what you're doing is you're selling your solar power cheaply and then buying it back later at a higher price. And that's exactly where solar surplus charging comes in and allows you to increase self-consumption and save money. How? Instead of exporting that extra energy, you use it to charge your electric car. For that to happen, your car needs to charge at the precise moment your solar system produces more energy than your house uses. And for that, you need a smart wall box that supports solar surplus charging. Then your EV charges automatically whenever there is enough solar power available. No further effort needed. When you start looking for a suitable wall box, you'll quickly realize there are loads of models out there, but not all of them are equally suitable for solar surplus charging. In general, wall boxes fall into three categories. First, basic wall boxes. These simply charge your car at a fixed power level. That's fine as a starting point, but there's a major downside. The wall box has no idea how much solar power is available when you plug your car in, so it can't react to any surplus. That makes it only partially suitable for efficient solar charging. The second category, fully integrated systems. In this case, the solar system, the energy management system, and the wall box all come from the same manufacturer and are perfectly coordinated. The advantage? Installation is often quite straightforward since everything comes from the same provider. The downside is that these systems tend to be more expensive and less flexible, especially if you want to expand your setup later on. The third category, open smart wall boxes. And this is where things get really interesting for many households. These wall boxes are PV compatible and can work with various energy management systems and protocols. One such wall box is the GoE Charger Gemini Flex with LTE. Together with the GoE controller, it enables solar surplus charging and can also connect with a wide range of systems, like smart home setups or external energy management platforms, thanks to its open interfaces. Its big advantage is, of course, flexibility. Should you ever want to add a battery storage system, a second electric car, or integrate everything into a smart home, it's much easier to expand your setup. One of the biggest mistakes people make when buying a wall box is they only think about the wall box itself. But solar surplus charging is always about the whole system. For it to work properly, multiple components need to communicate: your PV system, your wall box, your house, and in many cases, your battery storage. And crucially, the system also needs data about how much electricity you're drawing from the grid. At the very least, your system must be able to detect when there's a solar surplus. Only when the system knows how much solar power is being generated and how much your home is consuming, only then can it calculate how much energy is actually left over that you can then use to charge your EV automatically. So, When choosing a Wallbox, make sure it can easily connect to an energy management system. For more tech-savvy users or installers, open interfaces are particularly valuable. Protocols like Modbus TCP, MQTT, or a REST API make it possible to integrate the Wallbox flexibly into a smart home or energy systems. This makes it possible to create custom automations, your own control logic, or even complex energy setups, including coordination with other devices like heat pumps. Modern Wallboxes, like the Go e-chargers, are designed with exactly these kinds of open interfaces. Beyond system integration, there are other important features to consider. One that's often overlooked is automatic phase switching. Most EVs need at least 6 ampere to start charging. With 3-phase charging, that's roughly 4.2 kilowatts. So if your solar system only produces, say, 2 or 3 kilowatts on a week a day, charging simply wouldn't start without phase switching. A smart Wallbox, like the before-mentioned Go e-charger Gemini Flex with LTE, can switch automatically to single-phase operation when used with an EMS like the Go e-controller. That way, charging can start with as little as around 1.4 kilowatts of solar power. The charging power adjusts precisely to the available surplus, and unnecessary grid consumption is avoided. This is especially useful on cloudy days with smaller PV systems or when your household appliances are using a lot of power. Another thing to consider is your electricity tariff. Dynamic tariffs are particularly interesting here. For example, providers like Tibber in the Nordics and parts of continental Europe, alongside other smart tariffs now available in the UK and across several European markets. With these tariffs, electricity prices change regularly based on wholesale market prices. Typically, electricity is cheapest when supply is high and demand is low, often around midday when there's lots of solar power or during windy periods, and also at night when overall demand drops. A smart Wallbox can automatically take advantage of these price fluctuations, so you don't have to figure out the cheapest time to charge. The Wallbox does it for you. That means when there's plenty of solar power, your EV charges using that. But if there's no surplus, the Wallbox can automatically charge when grid electricity is cheapest, so you can significantly reduce your charging costs even further. Another key feature is intelligent charging or eco modes. These allow the Wallbox to automatically decide when and how fast your EV should charge, depending on solar surplus or current electricity prices. Let's take the Go e-charger as an example. In eco mode, the Wallbox automatically determines when and how much to charge. Depending on your settings, it can take into account the solar surplus measured at the grid connection point, dynamic electricity prices, or both. For example, you can set a maximum price per kilowatt hour. The charger will never use grid electricity above that chosen price, but will always prioritize the solar surplus. This ensures your EV is always charged as cost-effectively as possible. You can also combine eco mode with the daily trip mode. Here, you simply tell the system how much energy your car needs by a certain time. The charger then plans the charging process automatically, making sure your car is ready on time, but at the lowest possible cost. So you leave on time without paying more than necessary. Another important factor is app control. Most users want to manage their Wallbox anytime from anywhere, whether it's starting or stopping charging, adjusting schedules, or checking the current charging status and power level. With Go e-chargers, you can do all of this via the Go e app or through the web portal. This is especially useful if multiple users or vehicles are involved. In addition to the must-haves, there are also some extra features that can make your charging experience even more convenient, especially if you're using solar power. For example, load management, detailed charging and energy reports, smart home integration, and over-the-air updates. Let's quickly recap what really matters if you want to charge your EV efficiently with solar power. First, your Wallbox should be able to connect to an energy management system. Second, it should be able to dynamically respond to available solar surplus. And third, smart features like automatic charging modes, app control, and dynamic tariffs make a real difference. If you keep these points in mind, you can charge your EV in a highly efficient and cost-effective way using your own solar energy. And that's exactly what solar surplus charging is all about, using more of your own solar power and relying less on expensive grid electricity. With the right Wallbox, your EV becomes an automatic part of your home energy system. If you already have a solar setup and an EV, I'd love to hear about your experience. Which Wallbox are you using? And how well does solar charging work for you? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Amy from GoE.